Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Paracord Reviews. Today we are going to talk about, this is a new one, I had never seen it before, Hokinety. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. It is something I've recently seen on Amazon. So thanks to all of you who've used my Amazon link to purchase things, I was able to get enough referral points to pick this up. So once again, thank you all. If you haven't done so, please consider using my Amazon referral link in the description below. That helps me buy more paracord stuff to test out for you guys, so I can make the mistakes that you guys don't have to. So let's take a look at this. This is Hokinety. They say it can hold 1,000 pounds, which would be almost double what standard 550 can do. They say it's 100% nylon, 100% reliability guaranteed. Don't know how they do that. There is limited colors on this. I picked it up with a coupon for, I believe it was $7.99, but check the screen, I will verify that. So this is the Hokinety. It is made in China, so don't know if that is going to be a good thing or bad thing. As we've seen before, there is reliable paracord that comes out of China, so, but not always. So let's take a look first off. So as is the fashion, it comes on this cardboard spool. First feel, it's a little on the rough side, but it's not like really bad. Not like, as I'm doing it, it's got a little bit of texture, I'll call it, but it's not like sandpaper. It's not super coarse. So that tells me at least the sheath is not cheap. So that's a good sign. Let's take a look at the actual paracord itself. So initial feel, it does have some flex to it. It doesn't, so like if I move it around, if I do something like this, it's not holding its shape. It's going, but it is a little, it doesn't just go completely limp. So it's got a little bit of, I don't know if they used more cores or something like that, which seems to be the fashion now. So we'll have to see. So let's take a look. So what do we have here? We have a ton of cores, which would explain why. So we got 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cores. Let me count that again, just to make sure I got that right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this sixth one is a thick one. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And 2 of these are cores are thicker than the others. So 12 core, that would explain why it's kind of holding, why it doesn't go completely limp. That would also explain why they say it can hold 1,000 pounds. So you're dealing with stronger stuff potentially here, which could be good if this is nylon. If you wanted to make a chair, if you wanted to make a something outdoors, maybe you're looking for a hammock or something along those lines, or even some type of bag. That might work. So let's do the burn test though and see, is it truly 100% nylon or what? Now, for those of you who don't know, what the burn test usually tells you is, okay, so we got white smoke. White smoke, generally speaking, I have found means nylon. The other thing is it didn't continue to burn. If it continued to burn on its own, then we would be usually looking at some type of poly mix or a polyester. So we don't have that. We don't have the white caramelization, but at the same time, we don't have the black either. So actually it kind of melted clear. So that leads me to believe we are dealing with 100% nylon, which that is rare with Chinese. So now we have 100% nylon. We are talking about 12 cores. So what does that mean? 12 cores means the sheath is going to be a little bit fuller. So whatever I make is going to be a little bit thicker or bigger than normal. So if you guys remember, this is this is one I did not that long ago. This had 11 cores to it. Now granted, it's cheaper, but 11 cores to it versus a standard 7 core. You can see it's going to be thicker. You have to adjust for that. So when you're working with this stuff, we're going to have to think about what are we making, how much do we need, etc. This is the only problem that I have with all these additional cores. So you build your measurements, at least I do, based upon known things. Like, I know when I do a bracelet, I can get 1.5 ballpark inches for every foot. Or it might be 1.25. I have it actually written down. When I do make a belt, I can get one inch for every yard or something along those lines. But when you have these thicker cords, you don't get as much because it's thicker, so your loops are a little bit bigger, so you actually have to adjust a little bit, which means that you're going to have a little bit more waste because you have to pull more. So that's something you got to think about when you're using these. But on the flip side, if you are making a hammock and you want, you maybe want to make it a 2-person hammock. Now, we know that 1,000 pounds is not sitting weight. Standard sitting weight for paracord is 189 pounds. So if you can, but the stress weight, so like what it can maximum handle when it yanks, is 550. So if you calculate out 1,000 or 550 equals 189, then 1,000, I'm doing some rough math in my head, would probably be somewhere around sitting weight 350 pounds, give or take. So what does that mean? That means if you were to go with this, you could potentially hold 2 medium-sized people. Or if you're a heavy-set guy or gal, then it will comfortably hold you. So now that's one strand, mind you. That's going to be broken out over multiple strands and everything else. So the chances of anything occurring would be slim, but it's something to think about. So anyway, let's go ahead. Let me make something out of this and we'll come back. So stay tuned. So I can tell you I'm already start having some problems. Because there's more cores, it's not as easy to manipulate. It kind of wants to bind up on me. So what I'm thinking is they took a standard sheath that would be used for 550 and they added additional cores to it. So instead of the 7, they put in the 12. So now you don't have as much flexibility. There's not as much room for manipulation. Now, once I get going, I'm fine. But when I've had to make like a U here, it doesn't, and you can see it's even twisting on its own. It's trying to go back to, I don't even know what the heck it's trying to do. But all I'm doing here is twisting it. You can see I'm not doing anything major, but it is not wanting to play ball. So that's one thing that you are going to have to consider. And this is once again my beef with them adding all these additional cores. So let me finish up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm finished up. Something I'm gonna, another problem once again with all these cores. This thing is like fairly inflexible. So if you take a look at this one, this is a 7 core. It's not like uber, like a slinky or anything, but it's flexible. It'll move. It'll adjust. This is tight. That may be a good thing. Maybe that's what you want. But you can see where this one, I roll it, it goes. This one, it's holding its shape. It's holding its form. So, made it a little bit more difficult to deal with. Now, on a bracelet like this, that wouldn't maybe be as bad of a thing. So let's see. Now here's the other problem you're going to run into. Because it is more cores, I didn't adjust and do more length that I normally do. Which kind of goes to the point I was making earlier. It is, because of this, it's thicker. As you can see, this is just a little bit thicker than this. So, therefore, my paracord didn't go as long as I wanted. So I can't get it to connect to necessarily go through. Part of that is also my knot, which I can redo the knot and see if I can fix that up. But the overall feel of it, it's not bad. It's not, it's not going to give me skin burn or any type of anything like that. It is not silky smooth. Sorry guys, this is just not, I think that's the theme of this stuff. It's not cooperative. It is not, doesn't cooperate very well. I think that I would relegate this probably to, I'm thinking about doing a project with an outdoor chair. I may relegate this to that. It's probably better suited for outdoors um, things. I don't know what else to say. It's probably better suited for that kind of thing than, say, bracelets and the like. Uh, so, based upon that, the price is good. The quality is there. It is 100% nylon, but it's overstuffed. Maybe I could, if I took out a few cores, it'd be different. But as it is today, I think I'm going to have to give this 3 stars. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on it, but it's not easy to work with. If you're making a craft, if you're making items like bracelets, keychains, and the like, it's just not easy to work with. Now, if like I said, I'm using it to do a chair, a hammock, maybe a backpack of or some type of ball bag, that might be different. Something with netting where it's bigger gaps, bigger things, that would probably be better. That's a different situation. But overall, for your standard usage, for your standard paracorders out there, I'm going to have to give this a 3. So if any of you have used it, please leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Otherwise, until next time, keep paracording. Later.